How's it going, everyone? I'm future meteorologist eventful, back here with another weather news podcast with your favorite Foray Predicts, aka Super Mario. Hope you guys are liking the stash. Hope everyone had a wonderful week, but boy, do we have a lot to talk about this week. Sorry for the late upload, but a lot of the stuff we even have to talk about this week is local. So let's get right into it. Starting it off, the beginning of this week, well, pretty much near the beginning of this week, throughout the week, we dealt with a lot of heat. It has been absolutely brutal. Thankfully, we got a relief this weekend, but the beginning of the week was brutal. As the National Weather Service shows here, maximum heat indexes were pretty much above 100 degrees for most of Long Island and surrounding it. Here's what the key messages from the National Weather Service were on the heat. Hot and humid conditions were expected to continue and definitely did, with heat indexes near 100 degrees. Showers and thunderstorms, of course, which we knew, led to heavy rainfall that resulted in flooding. This impacted New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Us weather geeks, forecasters, especially the National Weather Service, all the meteorologists out there, definitely saw this coming. Here they issued these key messages on Monday, explaining again how these hot and humid conditions were going to lead to these intense storms even before, of course, the storms on Thursday. We had some other storms as well, and they explained how flash flooding was possible. As shown in these videos, it was just absolutely insane for New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, pretty much the whole tri-state area. All right, and here we go. Enhanced flash flooding threat Thursday afternoon into night. A slow-moving frontal system will bring, and certainly did bring, scattered to numerous instances of flash flooding as shown in the different videos and photos there. This happened, of course, Thursday afternoon and evening. The storm total rainfall expected was pretty much right on, and National Weather Service explains all of the impacts there, which they did amazing. Now, also, just since all this flash flooding did happen, I want to remind you of some flash flood safety. Get to higher grounds, do not drive into water, and make sure you are staying informed on maybe it's my channel or by watching the National Weather Service or anything like that. As a quick overview, here are some of the things that were issued throughout the island, starting off with the special weather statement showing those strong thunderstorms coming our area. Then, as shown here, a flash flood warning was pretty much issued for every area on the island. I got hit pretty hard here in East Islip. As shown, you could see those crazy flooded roads, but luckily it did clear quickly. Please, whenever this happened, make sure you are following local guidelines and staying safe. Let's cut to a quick report of me out in the floodwaters here in East Islip. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm future meteorologist Stephen Foray, reporting to you live here from East Islip, New York. This here is Campbell Lane, and as you can see, it is completely flooded out. I'm walking in the rain here right now. My boots are in the water. I'd say we have about 1 to 2 inches of rain that has already fell here in East Islip, New York. We're currently under a flash flood warning, and rain is expected to continue throughout the night. Luckily, it's not raining too heavy right now, but the radar shows that there is a possibility again around 8 o'clock for another batch of heavy rain. So please, if you're on the road right now, pull over. This is not safe to drive in, obviously. If you can avoid travel for the rest of the night, please do. I'm future meteorologist Stephen Foray, reporting to you live here from the flooded East Islip, New York. Yeah, that was certainly crazy. As shown here, and the National Weather Service shows throughout the island, we got 1 to 3 inches of rain. Absolutely crazy, widespread amounts of total rainfall, and it was really in such a short period of time. That rain was really coming down on Thursday. Now moving on to severe weather throughout the country. As shown on the Storm Prediction Center map there, the upper Midwest got slammed last Sunday. Here's what the key messages from the National Weather Service were. Of course, the risk from those supercells bringing large hail, severe gusts, and the tornado potential. Of course, that rain was coming down. On Tuesday, pretty much in a similar area, but the moderate risk was there in the red. You could see these crazy supercells there on the radar. I hope everyone impacted by these storms stayed safe. I'd like to end off by talking about the tsunami waves that impacted the western part of America in California and surrounding areas. The tsunami waves came from, I'm sure you heard already about the crazy earthquake. The tsunami waves reached all the way here in the United States. Luckily, it wasn't too terrible, but is definitely something to talk about. And the tropics have been really calm, surprisingly. However, it is starting to heat up this week, so stay tuned on that. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and have a wonderful week.